What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and our second episode of Jump Space. If you guys missed the first episode of Jump Space, I will leave a little box up there in the top right corner for you to check out. But in today's episode, we're going to be continuing the campaign in Jump Space. So we got our ship, we found the hangar, we got orders from, we met everyone and all that stuff. So now what we got to do is we got to go talk to Iris and see what she has for us. So let's go talk to Iris.
Good, you are here. I have managed to trace the origin of the corruption virus to the galactic center. If we seek a way to stop the legion of corrupted machines, that is where we must go.
Look, disregarding the fact that going to the galactic center is absolutely crazy, the ship you brought back is barely holding together. If we want to accomplish anything at all, we first need to focus on restoring the ship.
Hard to argue with that. Let me know what you need to restore the ship, and I will highlight some suitable targets on the galaxy map.
Okay, so we got to restore the ship because, I mean, she gets us from A to B, but she needs some work, especially once we get into these harder missions. So, yeah, let's see what we can find.
Good bones, but I need some common items in order to restore her to fully working condition. Most wrecks out there should have what I'm looking for.
So a couple things I want to point out to you guys before we jump into this mission is when you first get on the map here, you're going to see a couple of different things. First thing is you're going to see that you're able to go into certain sectors. Like for this first one right here, this is the first sector that's going to be unlocked. What you have to do to unlock other sectors is you have to get the thing that's called the map chart fragments. So once you get enough map chart fragments, you're able to unlock the next sector. So for example, we have to find the three map fragments in this sector to unlock the adjacent one right here next. And if you guys have noticed, in this specific sector right here, there is a ship hull. So you are able to unlock the second ship, which we'll get into probably in a later episode. But first thing we got to do is we got to fix up our current ship. So let's get into here. And we're going to start out with probably one of the easiest runs. So you have your challenge rating. So that is rated 1 to 5, 5 being the hardest. And then it also gives you kind of an idea of how long that mission is going to take, your rewards. So real quick, I want to point out that the yellow indicator right there with kind of the arrow and the C says 150. Those are credits. The one next to it on the right with kind of the orange looking jar with the M, those I believe are materia ingots, which are going to be the resource that you're going to use later in the game to update your components on your ships. And then the green one, that is, I'm having a brain fart right now. I can't remember what that one is, and I don't want to give you guys the wrong information, but anyways, moving forward, let's go ahead and knock this mission out and let's see what's this gonna bring. All right, here we are.
Salvage are in a sector a few jumps away from here. Once you're prepared, let's make our way over there and look for those resources. But be warned, I'm detecting...
You're detecting something? Okay. So here we are, guys, in the ship for our first mission. Right off the bat, you get a container of materia and you get a small repair kit. So I like to immediately go ahead, break down that materia, and let's go up here. Let's take this ship repair thing. We're gonna put you right there, just so when I need it, it just can go right here. And then you put it in here. When the ship needs health, it heals the ship. And then one thing I want to address real quick, I've been seeing some things online of people asking this question, and I just kind of want to cover it myself just in case no one has seen the answer to this question, is the artifacts, where you put the artifacts. So once you level up your original ship to Mach 1, it starts out at Mach 0, but once you level up to Mach 1, you will be able to put the artifacts right here across from Iris here in the core room. But up until then, up until you're able to level up your ship to Mark 1, really the artifacts are just going to be useful for either the currency or to essentially just salvage them. But once you get that update, you're able to slot them right here, and there are some really useful ones, I must say. There's some really useful ones. So enough chatter here. Let's get to some action. So we got all this down here. All right, so we have to, here's BuddyBot gonna help us out. So let's go ahead and interact with this. So every time you guys embark on a mission, you're gonna have different pathways and different routes that you can take. I would recommend that you guys kind of take a look at each route, and this one's a real short one, so it's not really gonna be a huge deal. But later on in the videos, you guys will see more complex routes and longer missions and stuff like that. This is a shorter one, so you kind of just want to see what things you're going to be able to get in each sector. So I'm going to go ahead and go for this one, obviously, because there is a galaxy map fragment in this section of the mission, and I want to get these maps ASAP to unlock the other sector. So each of these sectors you can go to, doesn't matter, but just know once you go through this sector, you cannot backtrack. So if I were to choose the middle one, finish the middle one, go to the main objective location right here, I cannot backtrack into any of the other missions behind it. I have to keep moving forward. So just keep that in mind, guys. So let's keep going here. We have our location all ready to go, and let's go ahead and jump to the next section.
There's a ship in the sector carrying a portable jammer. We need to destroy it before we can proceed.
All right. So we need to just some stuff. All right. So we need to destroy a ship with a jammer on it and be able to get to the next section here. So BuddyBot's really going to help you guys out. First thing he's going to do typically is jump on the scanner and kind of give you an idea of where things are. So all the red dots you see here are going to be enemy ships. The green icon right there with kind of the target that we're kind of flying to right now, that is most likely going to be the ship, the map fragment, excuse me. And then things like this right here that get pointed out on your map when BuddyBot points them out is going to be materia that are already able to find. So make sure you guys grab those materia. It's going to be super important. I'm going to go ahead and take out all these fighters first. I just like being safe rather than sorry, because these guys are going to cause some trouble here. So let's go ahead and engage these guys. These weak fighters are really pretty simple to get here. Okay. Oh, here he is. And BuddyBot's gonna jump in that combat station. He's gonna help you fight these guys off too. He's really helpful. I get these critical hits here. Whenever you guys see that an enemy is locking onto you, the best way right now to dodge that. Ooh, cool. What is this? We got some stuff we can salvage, but let's take these guys out first. So yeah, so whenever you guys see an enemy that's locking onto you with either a sniper or a rockets or something like that, you want to hit the boost button to dodge it. That's going to be the easiest way to dodge those things. How far are these guys? Okay, I'm going to try and pick up this stuff that is in space right here, so we want to grab as much stuff as possible. Let's get into our pod. Let's fly out here. Nice. Okay, what do we got? What is this? I think it's a repair thing. Yeah. Is it a repair thing? It is a repair thing. Okay, so one thing I want to point out to you guys real quick here is this cargo transporter that's going to be next to all the doors on the outside of the ship. It's going to be really handy for missions where you're trying to get things, like you're trying to collect stuff from like a treasure box or something like that, and you just want to quickly teleport this to the storage compartment of the ship, it's going to be super handy. So I recommend you guys I always tend to throw stuff in the transporter that I don't need, so then I can get back to stuff if I need to outside of the ship. But let's get back into the ship here. And it looked like there was just let me show you real quick where this goes. At any of these teleporters, it's going to go right into this storage on the square right here on the ground. That is a small repair kit. Cool. Let's take that up to Iris. I'm going to put it probably right here. So then I have one on each side ready to go for Iris. Another place I like to put them sometimes is I'll put them on the shelf back here on the bridge. If I have a buddy, aside from BuddyBot is helpful, but you know, he is not going to do things like that. So let's oh crap, we got mines. All right, so we got mines, so we need to get these things off of us ASAP here. That kind of sucks, but that's okay. Okay, let's get that guy off. So you want to shoot these mines off as soon as possible. If you leave them on for too long, you're going to have some of the robots are going to board your ship. Yes, the robots can board your ship, so be careful with that, guys. If you see those mines, try to shoot them down ASAP. And if you leave them too long on your hull, they will come into your ship and attack your systems. So just be careful. So that's a good spot. So let's get to this place. Just gonna do that. I need a different gun is what I need. So we got some materia down here. That's gonna be awesome. Oh my gosh, BuddyBot, you scared the tar out of me. Thanks for that. All right, so all these supply stuff. So another real cool thing with BuddyBot, if you're playing by yourself especially, you can't do this if you're playing with other people or like friends or something, but with just you and BuddyBot, what you can do is BuddyBot's gonna come out here with you, and so you see that I can either pick this up or I can send it to the ship. So if I send this to the ship, BuddyBot essentially teleports it to the ship for you. So that's really handy. Let's grab all this materia right here, grab some currency, damage amplifier. We can throw that into the ship. Here's the scrap that we can use. Let's go ahead and do that. And then the shield unit, that's going to be really handy for us later probably. And then here is one of the map chart fragments that you guys want to grab. So make sure you grab that. We're going to grab this and turn our flashlight off. Let's go ahead and grapple here.
Found a galaxy chart. Bring it back to the hangar for analysis.
Yep.
We'll unlock new regions.
So I'm not going to go ahead and put this in the transporter like I originally said. With the map fragments, I should say, I like to keep these in a special spot. So I'm gonna put that right there. So as long as you guys have the map fragments on your ship, like physically on your ship or on your person, when you head back to the hangar, it will count as being towards progress towards the next, unlocking the next sector. So just make sure it's on your ship. And, you know, if you're playing with a friend or someone that has a sector unlocked, but, you know, let's say I have this unlocked and then I jump on with a friend and he doesn't have that sector unlocked, but we find another one, it will say wanted by whatever your friend's name is, but you don't need it because you've already unlocked it on your version of your game. So I think that was it. We destroyed the ship that we needed to. We got the map fragment, so we're all good there, ready to go. So let's go ahead and head to this final destination here. Actually, this is going to be the objective location. So you got to mark that. And let's go ahead and head out.
Preparing to enter jump space. This is where we'll find the parts we've been looking for. Just don't end up like the other wrecks floating around. Grab what you can and bring it aboard so we can get out of here.
Yep.
I'm seeing some juicy icons on the scan.
Some juicy icons. Okay, so I'm gonna head down here real quick, kind of organize this. So I've got salvage value and I've got materia value. So if you guys don't, whatever you guys don't salvage on your ship. So for example, I'm gonna take this scrap and I'm gonna salvage this. Okay, so I have more materia. The shield unit I'm gonna hold on to. If I need that later on, I'm gonna use it. If not, then it's just gonna stay there. Same thing with the damage amplifier. I typically don't use the damage amplifier, but I'm gonna go ahead and scrap this one. And then I think we have ammo. Ammo's gonna be super useful too. Probably not in this mission, but just as an example. So the things I scrapped are gonna go towards my materia. The things that I leave on here, like this, let's say I don't use this ship shield unit or this on foot ammo box. When I get back to the hangar, the base, these are going to be essentially salvaged and counted as salvage value. So you see the salvage value says 6 on this one and 5 on that one. So essentially the amount of money I'm gonna have is gonna go up 11 because I left this stuff on the ship when I got back to the hangar. Same thing for these repair kits right here. So if I don't use these repair kits, then I'm gonna get 10 from this one, and I'm not gonna get anything from this one because this one was given to us on the ship. So what I'll probably end up doing is make sure that I use this one, or I don't have to use this one, it doesn't really matter. But what I wanna do right now, since I have a good bit of materia, is I wanna go in here and I wanna get a different weapon. So you got rocket launchers. I've never actually used the rocket launcher, but you know, there's a first time for everything. I wanna go ahead and get this side clip, which is essentially an SMG. So I made this SMG right here. This is going to come in handy. You also have things like rocket launchers, rail guns, shotguns, rifles, assault rifles, I should say sniper rifles, assault rifles, SMGs, stuff like that. And you can have different attachments and stuff on them. I don't think you can make the attachments separately. You have to find the guns with the attachments on them, so like scopes and stuff like that. But pretty much as long as I hold onto this gun, it's gonna stay with me. So if I hold on to this SMG, I get back to the hangar, I'm gonna keep the gun. If I put the gun down on the ship, let's say I put it on the shelf right here, it's gonna disappear when I get into the ship again for the next mission. So if you like the gun that you're using, make sure you have it on your person before you head back to the hangar. I know this is a lot of information I'm throwing at you guys, but I just want to make sure you guys understand the mechanics and how things work in the game here. Sorry if I'm kind of rambling on a little bit too much, but I just want to be as thorough and as informative as possible for you guys. So we have two locations here. Kind of thinking they're kind of the same. Let's go for this one on the right. See if we can knock out. I don't want to provoke the guys on the left yet, because then I'm going to have a bunch of guys on my tail here. But let's go ahead and engage these guys over here. Oh boy.
Entering the combat station.
These controls feel like a little more touchy than I remember. That's okay. So I want to grab all this materia after I shoot this guy. Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's grab this materia. Hopefully I don't get too close to the other guys. And how in the world the materia get over there? I think that's all my materia. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and dock here. And then I always like to just jump out like this. It's super fun. All right.
Buddy's right behind you.
BuddyBot's got our 6. All right, let's get this stuff. We got some materia. Always a good thing. Yep, I see him. Right, run. Did I kill that thing? I did not. Got him. What's this?
We'll give them no. Absolutely.
Good body about that. He's just, you know, hitting everything for me. That's awesome.
Area secured. No more time.
Oh, here we go. Here's some guns. So here's the railgun. I'm not a huge fan of the railgun because it takes forever to shoot, but this javelin right here, this is one of the rifles I was telling you guys about. The sniper rifles with the scope is absolutely a must-have in my opinion. You really want to hold on to this gun if you're able to find it. It's a super good gun. And then, ooh, a lance railgun. So here's a component. Here's a component that we can put on the ship. I'm gonna go ahead and pick that one up, and then we gotta. Let's do this. Okay, so I gotta grab hold on. Let's see. Can I put that down right there? Can I send that to the ship? Yeah, let's send that to the ship.
Problem. I'll fetch that for you.
And then I'll pick this up.
Get that back to the ship, then keep looking for more.
Alright. So cool. We got a lot of good stuff on this one right here. So this will be awesome.
New component found.
Yes.
Install it and try it out. Return it to the hangar for
Okay, so
analysis
let's
and upgrades.
Alright, so we got a couple things here. So this railgun, I'm actually going to go ahead and salvage this railgun because the thing for me with the railgun is it's a gun that hits really hard. It just takes a while to recharge, and so it's not one of my absolute favorites. We have an ammo box over there, so I'm just going to go ahead and salvage that. Salvage, of course, needs to get shredded regardless. Actually, you know what? I don't think we can. This is part of one of our mission things, so we can't actually do that. And then some more ammo. We're going to go ahead and salvage that. And then, so this Lance railgun, this is going to be fun for me to show you guys. Watch this. So it's a little tricky right off the bat with the reactor and making this thing work, but it's a lot of fun. So you can actually put it on this side, on the left side, or there's another spot over here. I'll show you guys on the right-hand side. So you have two open slots that you can put these components on.
Component installed.
I'll put it on this side, and this is going to be our Lance railgun, which is basically a sniper rifle for your ship. And it's something that only the person in the combat station right here can use. I can't use it right now because it's not powered. So let me kind of move some stuff around and get this thing powered so you guys can see this. Okay, so I couldn't get everything put in to the reactor here, but just as a demonstration, I'm gonna leave it like this. What I did was I just left the scanner component out, so we can't use the scanner. But I just kind of want to show you guys real quick how to be able to use this Lance railgun. It's really cool, really handy tool. So here's your turrets. This is your turrets, and then you can switch over, and then here is the Lance railgun. And I'll just kind of, so it's basically a sniper rifle. It takes a little while to charge, but it hits pretty dang hard. And it's a really good component to use. So I'm going to switch back over to that, and I'm actually going to go ahead and take that off real quick here because I don't really want my scanners to be offline. So one of the ways you guys can kind of get around this is if you make an auxiliary generator, which actually, you know what, we have some materia to play with here, but I actually can only do a split reactor right now. I don't know why my mouse is freaking out on me. So I can actually only do a split reactor, so I can't do any of the auxiliary reactors yet, which isn't a big deal. But when you guys are able to, you can make auxiliary generators. I think I have to find one actually to unlock the ability to make one, now that I think about it. But what you could do is do an auxiliary generator down here. It gives you some more power slots depending on which slot you use on the auxiliary generators, which are located over here. And then you could basically put some of the smaller ones in the slots to make it work. Put that Lance railgun over here to power that up, and then you got everything powered. But we're gonna leave it like this for the time being. And I think that was everything in my slot down here. Where did I put my, I got my gun on me. Okay, cool. All right, so let's continue. On dock here. So that was a really good find. Like, there was a lot of good stuff over there. A lot of good stuff over there. him. Cool, buddy bot got him.
Area collected. Empty collectors to retrieve.
Got him. Haha, look at him go, man. Look at him go. I think that's everyone. Nice, okay. Let's get over here, salvage this.
Procedure initiated.
All right, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this gun on the shelf right there,
Complete.
just so I have some more space. Let me grab the materia that we collected from the ships real quick. So you can grab those in these containers, which are basically right next to the component slots for your special weapons. And then we'll just throw those in here and let's go. Woo! Did not land. That's okay.
To the bitter end if need be.
To the bitter end. All right, and I really like these. These are a lot of fun. Come on, buddy bot, save me some enemies, man.
A fine shot indeed.
One hits usually do it. You gotta watch for those guys. They kind of are kind of like kamikazes. Nice. Make sure there's nothing over here. I don't think there is.
Dominate all Legion trash.
Okay. Still hear something. Yep.
You can leave some for
Got
me
him.
too, you know.
Those guys on the feet, like that are walking, these guys, they're probably one of the hardest enemies to take down. They have a lot of armor on them, it seems like. Where the other guys who are like flying around, they usually can just take one hit and then they're done. Those guys take like 2 or 3 hits. But we got the salvage piece. Let's head back to the ship.
That's the last one. We've got what we need.
All right, let's take that. Put that in there. And then we will put the materia in here. So pretty much we're done with this sector and we're about to head back to the ship, or to the hangar, I should say. We're about to head back to the hangar. So before we go back to the hangar, we want to make sure that the things that we want to keep that we have on our person. So this chart fragment pod, we don't need to have it on our person and able to put it towards the fragments that we need to unlock the next sector. As long as you have it on your ship, that's okay. This gun though, however, I want to keep it. I don't want it to get salvaged, so I'm going to put it on my person here. So then we have it for the next mission along with my rifle here. So I have my SMG, my rifle, my pistol. These are the salvage pieces we need for the mission, so that's okay. We also have some we had some other things too. What did we have? We had this shield unit, which, you know what, since we're heading back to the hangar, I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to go ahead and get the salvage value out of that. Same thing with the ammo box. I'm going to go ahead and leave that. So we have those two things that are going to get essentially turned in for currency. And then this one right here is going to get turned in. And this one is just, we're not going to get anything from that. And we don't need it. We don't need to use it. So, you know, it's not a big deal. So we have our last destination ready to go. Let's get out of here and let's hope that we don't get ambushed. We might get ambushed. I don't know. Let's find out.
Entering jump space. Hold on to your helmets.
Oh, we're good to go. All right, there we go. We got 200. We got, so if you guys see right here, it will say loot on ship 27. So that's all the stuff that we kept on the ship that can be turned into credits. That's how much we got. We got 18 credits for the mission. Some bonus objectives too. I haven't come across those yet, but we will sooner or later.
Great work. You found a new component. Install it and try it out.
All right, Lance Railgun, ready to go. And then we got all of our stuff. All right, let's see what else they want to talk to us about here.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting. All right, so we've got our reactor. So here's our Lance Railgun that we found. And the reason it's blipping red right now is because we don't have it powered on our ship, but that's okay. We will eventually get it powered on our ship. Let's
Glad
talk
to
to
see you
Barrett
back
here.
in one piece.
What's up?
Great. This is almost everything we need to repair the ship.
Almost.
Good job.
Part 1, restore the ship, part 1. Cool. So we got a lot of stuff here.
All we need now to restore the ship are some drift stabilizers. Unfortunately, they are harder to come by.
I have been able to find drift stabilizer entries in the cargo manifests of some crashed freighters. The reason for the crashes is unknown, but Legion involvement is very likely. You should expect heavy resistance.
This is going to be a tough one. Please, be careful out there.
Ah, we got this, Barrett. Don't worry. All right. Restore the ship part 2. Well, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to move real quick here in the next couple of weeks with the campaign here. I might also go ahead and do some live streams continuing the campaign stuff. So you guys want to catch that stuff, make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep track of when I do streams and videos, more on Jump Space. Also, if you guys enjoyed today's video and you like this series so far, do me a favor, hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for all the love and support. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you guys enjoy all the content for future videos. But with all that being said, thanks guys, take care, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.